guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kat, and in today's video I'm going to be using the Fantasy Makers Neon collection from Wet n Wild to create an eye look for you guys. I'm really excited about this collection. I picked up a couple different pigment palettes as well as a highlighter, some gloss, some cream eyeshadows, as well as some jewels and gems and eyelashes. I'm interested to see what I can do with their pigment palettes and everything else that they've put out in this collection. Just to let you guys know, I did play around with this a little beforehand, so I kind of know what I'm working with. I wanted to zoom you guys in a little just so you can see what is actually going on. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing today as far as a makeup look goes, so we're just going to kind of wing it and go from there. What I'm going to do first is grab both of these pigment palettes. I believe I'm going to start with this pigment palette. This one is called Paint the Town Red. You guys can see it's like a little eyeshadow component. So like I said, I did play around with these yesterday. So the shadows are really great. However, these shimmer shadows, when I started to play with them, I noticed that they were like shimmer kind of mixed in with like a jelly like substance. So when I was like putting it on my eyes on top of these shadows that are also in this four shadow pigment palette, I noticed that the shimmers were basically taking off the eyeshadow itself. So I'm hoping today I can kind of work around that and do something a little differently to kind of make those things work, because they are really, really pretty. The pigment on these shadows is pretty nice. I did notice, however, though, when I was using this pigment palette in conjunction with the one that I'm currently putting on my eyes, I did notice that I did have a lot of difficulty blending the shadow. Well, the shadows had a lot of difficulty blending the shadows, but like still keeping their color, if that makes any sense. So it could have totally been me. It could have totally been the shadows. I'm not 100% sure. And I'm really just like lightly tapping this color onto my lid. I'm not getting a ton of shadow on the brush itself. I'm also kind of tapping the brush off before I'm putting it on my eye. It's kind of nice to just like film a video, sit back and relax. This eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using next, it's called Desert Heat. I messed around with this color yesterday. It shows up a lot brighter. I mean, it's already super bright in the pan, but it shows up a lot brighter and obviously neon, like the collection says, neon, and it's really pretty. This one is really nice too. I think this could be something really special for you if you wanted to do like a cut crease. And then again, it has those like shimmer gel shadows. I don't really know how I feel about them, to be honest. I mean, I do know how I feel about them. I'm not really digging them. I'm going to take the orange shadow and I'm going to blend out those harsh lines on my eyelids. So the eyeshadow, the pigment palettes that I bought, there's like 3 or 4 other different ones. I will throw up some pictures for you guys of the collection. I love the packaging, how it's just simple white and it has like little iridescent stars all over it. Here, let me show you guys. See if you can come on camera. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to use that cream metallic liquid eyeshadow that I mentioned to you guys. This one is called, this one's called Techno. Swatch it for you guys. Really gorgeous. The one thing that I hate about liquid shadows though is like you have to hold your eyelids very still until it dries, because if you like blink, obviously you have the potential of like ruining your eyeshadow altogether. But I do love these liquid eyeshadows and I feel like I could definitely go back and get the rest of them. So I'm gonna let both of those dry. And then what I'm gonna go in with next is just this flat brush on the under eyes of my makeup. And the shade that I'm gonna use, if I can get these palettes open, geez, the little stickers, they are not playing me. You can't really like get them apart at all. So I'm gonna use this shadow right here. Again, if I can get into it. And then I'm gonna use that color right there, that like chromish orange looking color. And I'm gonna buff out my under eye with it. A lot of these festival makeup looks, any makeup look like that is like really bold, doesn't look right until the end. So I'm gonna put these shadows away. Those are the two that I got. And like I said, there's like 4, if not 5 other different ones. I got these 2 different liners. They are a, let's see what they call them, a glitter liner. So when I was messing around with these yesterday, I noticed that the darker one that I'm showing you right now is a little more transparent than this gold one. And I honestly can't decide which one I want to use. Maybe I'll use the gold. Let's see how that goes on. Maybe I'll use both, who knows. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. Again, it reminds me of the liquid eyeshadow in a sense that like you have to let it dry, or it'll like, if you blink your eyes too much, it'll just like come up here and potentially screw up your entire makeup. I'm going to take the one of the highlighters that I got this one because I've been like living for a purple highlighter moment for a really long time. I'm obsessed with the highlighters that are in this collection. So I'm just gonna take an eyeshadow brush and just lightly tap it around the high points and then just kind of pat it in. Really pretty, you guys. I definitely feel like I'll go back and grab the highlighters. Okay guys, so I finally have my mascara on and I'm going to take one of the eyelashes, one of the eyelash sets that is included in this Fantasy Makers Neon collection. If you guys can see, the strip is like a pink. There we go. I'm gonna take these and throw them on my eyes. So let's jump into the 2 different lip products that I got. So I got this one, which is a high shine lipstick. It's really pretty. Again, I love the packaging on it. I feel like it almost has more of a gloss type feel to it. Maybe it's because it's like a high shine. It just seems like a little more sticky than an actual lipstick. I'm gonna let the first layer dry and see what happens. Maybe it'll just dry down. I did grab a gloss. This is just an iridescent translucent gloss. I'll do it how like Jeffree Star kind of does it. You can see right there, that is something completely different. But right there, it's really pretty. So it still hasn't really dried down the lipstick. I mean, it has a little. I guess I'm just didn't think I would get as much stickiness or as much of a gloss feel as I'm getting from this lipstick. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that sheer lip gloss over and see what happens. The lip gloss is really pretty though. Okay guys, so getting over to the gems, I did grab a few different options. This one was one of them that I got that I was going to put on today. Then I got this one. Now these were only like $3 a piece, I believe. This one's called Cosmic Queen. The one that I'm gonna be putting on is called Boho Babe. And then this last one, which I think this one might be my favorite, honestly, it's called Glam Goddess. So far, really easy to put on, pulled off. Where do you guys usually put yours under? Do you do it like right under? Do you do it a little down here? Like, what do you do? I do it like, if I have like something on my under eye, I kind of just like stick it under just like that. So almost like my under eye kind of like fades into it. You know what I'm saying? Like it meets. So this is the final look using that Fantasy Makers neon collection. Overall, I think this collection wasn't necessarily a flop, but it wasn't like a super big hit with me. Like I said, as far as the pigment palettes go, I really love the matte ones. These ones aren't too bad either. However, I feel like they're definitely a little more sheer on the a little more sheer than what they look like in the pan. And then these like shimmer sticky gel things I think are just like complete trash. They're really pretty, but for me, I'm just not loving them. I think if you do use these, you use these and only these on your eyelid, and then that's about it. I just don't like how they look over eyeshadow. Anyways, same with this one, didn't really change. I would imagine that if you were to buy any of the other pigment palettes in this collection, it would probably be the same thing as well too. What else did I do? I put some of this stuff away, so I'm like grabbing back out. Oh, next is the highlighter. This, I don't even know, did I tell you guys the name? This is called Electric Daisy. How cute is that? I love the highlighter. I definitely think I would reach for this again when it comes to any of my festival makeup, or if I just want a little purple in my life, like a lilac color almost. Really loved this. I would hope that if I were to get any other highlighters that it would be the same consistency as this one, because I really, really like it. Next are the eyeliners. This chrome one was really cool. It's definitely more translucent, like sheer type vibe. This one I think goes on a little more, the liquid seems to be a little more pigmented than this one, but I really do like the eyeliners. But I don't think there's something that you necessarily have to have. I think there's a lot of different liquid eyeliners that are along the same lines from Wet n Wild. Next, that liquid eyeshadow, loved it, thought it was bomb. I really do think that I'll probably go back and grab a few more of these. This is such a great way to do such a simple eye look. It feels really nice, it dries down really nice, like you definitely can't beat a good liquid eyeshadow. Moving on to the lip products, I would definitely not consider this a lipstick. It wasn't too sticky, but it was sticky enough to remind me that it had like a consistency of a gloss. It was a little more sheer. I feel like with a lipstick, you want something a little more full, not necessarily matte, but you want a little more pigment to the shade. The gloss was awesome. I love the gloss. It is such a good thing to have in your makeup bag for a festival weekend. Looking at my eyelashes, this eyelash is already coming off. I struggled with putting these eyelashes on just because of how thick this like sparkly band is, but I really love the idea behind it. I think the lashes themselves are really pretty, really good quality for just a couple bucks. And then last but not least, the face gems. I really like them. They're really pretty. For just a few dollars, you definitely can't go wrong. If there's anything that I would suggest that you guys definitely have to have, the gloss was nice. Another thing that you guys should definitely get from this collection are the liquid eyeshadows. This is really pretty, really great. It dries down really nicely. I loved how it looked on the lid. So this, along with that highlighter, definitely get those if you need some new makeup in your collection. That is it, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Bye.